UFC 311, Makhachev versus Tsarukyan 2 takes place this weekend, and I'm going to be discussing my picks, looking at some potential money-making opportunities, hopefully bounce back from last weekend because I shit the bed. But and here are my credentials. This is my fourth card. Yeah, my fourth card predicting. My total record 33-8. I got six underdogs, 3-0 in the main event. Most of the losses were from last weekend too, so I've been doing pretty good. So it was only three cards though, but yeah, let's get into it. The first fight: Tagir Ulanbekov, Clayton Carpenter. Um, well, first off, is Ulanbekov going to make the weight? I would not be surprised if he misses again. The problem is, I don't think Clayton Carpenter's fought the best guys. He fought, what's this guy's name? Yeah, Ronderos, who's terrible. And he looked good against Roca, but how good is Roca? Meanwhile, Tagir, he's fought a lot better competition. Yeah, he submitted Cody Durden. I remember, I mean, he made it easy work of Durden, who's not bad. Destroyed Nate Maness, who's not bad. He should have never been cut. Yeah, I mean, as you could say here, beat Bruno Silva, beat Nascimento. Where the fuck has Nascimento been? The biggest weight bully of all time. The pullout merchant. Yeah, bro never fights. But anyway, I'm gonna go to Gear. I just think I don't think you can. I don't see how you pick Carpenter. He could be really good, but we don't know. I think he is good, but I just think the safer option is to Gear. I wouldn't be surprised if Carpenter wins, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Tagir. I think the competition he's fought is a lot better. Of course, he's in the Nurmagomedov camp. Let's just see if he makes the weight though, because I mean, look at this guy. Does not look too healthy. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Tagir. I was thinking, will it go the distance? Will it be a finish? Oh, sorry. Um, I actually don't know. I would hold off on that one, but yeah, I'm going to Tagir. Next fight: Ricky Turcios, Bernardo Sopaj. Sopaj all the way. He looked really good against Vinicius Oliveira in his debut until he got knocked the fuck out. He took that fight on short notice and he gassed, won the first round, almost finished um, Oliveira as well. I think the second round. I think if he kept hitting the ground strikes, I think he actually would have finished him. But yeah, he eventually gassed, and that's when Oliveira took over. And I've never been a believer in Turcios. I've always thought he was pretty bad. Oh, this is Contender Series. This is a while ago, so I won't talk about that. But I thought in the Ultimate Fighter final, I thought Heesan actually won that one. Looked terrible against Zahabi. Beat Kevin Natividad, who's one of the worst UFC fighters in the past 5 years. Then lost to Rosas. And I'm not seeing a lot of talent from him, to be honest. I think it's simple. Sopaj, it's going to be interesting. Will he finish him, or how quick will he finish him? But we haven't seen a lot from Sopaj in the UFC. He's only had one fight as well, so I want to see what the odds are for a decision. But I could see a decision. But yeah, I'm going with Sopaj. Next fight: Rinya Nakamura, Muin Gafurov. This is easy. Nakamura all the way. I think Muin Gafurov is terrible. I was really surprised he won his last fight against Khan, and then His other two fights, losses against Castaneda and Nurmagomedov, side Nurmagomedov. But yeah, I thought this guy's terrible. He's never impressed me. René Nakamura is a really good wrestler. The only thing I'm thinking about here is again, is Brynja going to finish him? I don't think he has any UFC finishes, does he? Oh well, yeah. Decision. Oh, KO'd Yakuzi, whatever the hell his name is, Kazama. I mean, if you're going to decision with this fucking Verga guy, um, I would think it's probably going to be decision. Um, but yeah, there's nothing much to talk about. Nakamura's going to win easy. Next fight, Kyle Rosa, Eileen Perez. Ooh. I will be watching this fight, not for the well, yes, for the entertainment factor, but I wouldn't say for the well, yes, for the technique maybe, but you guys know what the fuck I mean. Um, but yeah, look at the odds here. I agree. Carlos is actually pretty good. Same with Eileen Perez. I think she's actually developed a lot, but Carosa, I mean, you can see here the losses she had against Dumont, against Aldana, actually very close fights against good competition. Destroyed Penny Kianzad. This was a couple months ago, and she looks incredible to be honest. And if you're gonna go off, you're only as good as your last fight. Then there's not many women bantamweights better than Rosa. Um, Talking about Eileen Perez, I think she's developed a lot. I just think the competition's not as good as you can see here. Pudilova, Edwards, Zelenakova. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rosa, probably by decision, 100% by decision. Um, but yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see if Eileen Perez is that good. I'm trying to think, who did she lose to? She lost to, was it her debut? Yeah, Stephanie Egger by submission. That was her debut, so and that was 2 years ago. So I'll give that. I won't look too much into that. She's at a decent gym, Goat Shed. But yeah, I'm still gonna go with Rosa. I think she's fought much better competition and gone toe to toe with them. Headlining the early prelims. This is when it starts to get good. Grant Dawson, Diego Ferreira. Uh, I mean, you could arguably call Diego Ferreira the prospect killer as well. See, this is how you think of it. Is Ferreira going to stuff all the takedowns of Dawson? Maybe. And then will he eventually have Dawson gas out? I can't see Grant Dawson gassing out, to be honest. Because Ferrer looked incredible in his last fight against Rebecca and kind of fraud checked him. He was getting demolished by Rebecca in the first round. And Rebecca was just swinging as hard as he could, and you could tell he was going to gas out if he didn't finish Ferrer. I think he even knocked him down. But eventually, yeah, when he gassed, Ferrer took over and schooled him. I just think like the way to beat Dawson is you finish him early, which is exactly what Bobby Green did. All his other fights was absolute domination against. I mean, he dominated Damir Ismagulov, dominated an Olympic wrestler, Mark Madsen. Finally got a finish in his last fight against Rafa Garcia, bloodied him up with elbows. I mean, I'm looking. Lost decision against Dariush. Good fight, but still lost. Got TKO'd by Gregor Gillespie. That was short notice, and he was doing really good until he gassed. Lost to Gamera. I think that might have been short notice, but again, he was doing really well, stuck in the takedowns, and then he got kneed in like the ribs, and he tapped out. Then KO's Michael Johnson. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be really. I think it's going to be a really tough fight, and I think Ferreira will be doing really well, but I think Dawson will kind of eventually get a takedown and then hold him onto Ferreira for for like a minute, and which kind of steals the rounds. I think Dawson will kind of just steal every round, or maybe it'll be 29-28. But I think it'll be a really tough test for Dawson, but I think he will scrape by. I was looking on prize picks, trying to see maybe some good fight times, or yeah, they have 14.75 minutes. I would probably do over. Um, but yeah, next fight. Zachary Reese, and it was supposed to be Shadrikas Dumas until yesterday. He actually pulled out, so it's going to be this guy Azamet Bekoev, who doesn't even have a picture on the website. So I'm gonna go on Topology, and I'm gonna be honest. I have heard of this guy before, and the only reason I've heard of him is because of this. Where is it? Split decision to Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka is probably, if you do like us, what's the opposite of signing of the year? Worst signing of the year. Probably Dylan Budka. This guy's horrible, and this guy Bekoev is going to a split with him, and this was 2 years ago. What weight as well? 185. Okay, middleweight. That is that's not a great look, but he did beat Lucas Fernando as well. This is a guy. I thought he looked pretty good. He lost in the contender to Cesar Almeida by decision, and he was actually even getting taken down by Almeida, who's, as we all know, K1 guy. But yeah, I just do not like this Budka split. It's short notice as well, but uh, he is Russian guy, so I think he would stay ready, and he's at American Top Team, so a really good gym. Man, here's what I could see happening: like Zachary Reese not being able to finish. Man, what is Reese's? I think all his wins are finishes except his last one against that Bolivian guy. So he doesn't have a lot of experience, and I remember he looked pretty tired against this Bolivian guy who was a punching bag, to be honest, and he still looked a little tired, which is understandable, I guess. But yeah, Zachary, he's a guy. He he's a finisher. Is he going to finish Bekoev? This would be a lot easier if I watched Bekoev fight, but I haven't, and I'm not gonna do that research. I'm only gonna see split decision to Budka. Get the fuck out of here. Short notice as well. How big is he? And I wish the odds are out so I can kind of lean on that. Number 86, best middleweight. I mean, the competition he's faced is not bad, actually. LFA champ. Let's see the height. Is his height here 5'11"? Reese is bigger. Reese is a really big guy, actually. Oh. Fuck, man. I really want to choose Bekoev. Reese is actually good though. Like he has good technique, good striking technique, very dangerous guy. Nah, fuck it. If you're going to a split with Budka, fuck out of here. I'm gonna go with my American boy. I'm gonna go Zach Reese. Not short notice as well. And Russians, when have you seen Russians go short notice? Well, unless they get signed, but I'm going Zach Reese. Let's go, bro. By finish? Has Bekoev been finished? We'll finalize on that. Never been KO'd, been submitted once. And by scarf hold. That's like the Olenek submission. I don't even know if that's a choke. I think that's and that was kind of recent, 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, I'll go with Zach Reese. This is gonna bite me in the ass, I already know. Next fight. Almeida Spivac. Almeida. Spivac, he didn't even look that good against Tybura until he got a crazy, actually really impressive armbar. But yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at the odds on Fliff if it's gonna show because it doesn't. The odds don't show right here, and it's loading. But um, we all know Almeida's super athletic, -455. Yeah, I'm going off Almeida probably. Is it gonna be a decision? Yeah, it's gonna be this. Actually, I wouldn't say that because most of his wins are actually finishes. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Almeida. I think decision. I think decision. I don't know if Spivak's been uh he has been finished, but how many times has he been finished is what I'm thinking. Never been submitted. Three he got TKO'd by Gon from body shots, Aspinall, KO'd by Walt Harris. I think it'll go decision. Pretty boring fight to Almeida. But Spivak is not bad. He's a step above Tybura. Well, that's not saying a lot. But next fight, Talbott, Barcelos. Talbott is a lock, -1200. The thing is, how quick will he win? How quick will he finish Barcelos? I saw here on Prize Picks, they have a fight time 9.75. I think the under's looking really promising there. Same with the significant strikes. I think the strikes they have on him is 56.5. I mean, I can honestly see Barcelos getting smoked really quickly. I'm looking at his recent fights. Submitted Christian Quinones, lost to Kyler Phillips in a pretty close fight, but we know Kyler Phillips is apparently pretty ass. KO'd by Umar. It is trick to finish him, so maybe that's why the fight time is like that. And he only been finished once in recent memory. I think Talbot is the real deal. I do think he's really good, really athletic, fast, explosive. I mean, we all saw what he did in his UFC career so far. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Talbot. Probably early finish, to be honest, early knockout. And to headline the prelims, Bogdan. Where the fuck did it go? Bogdan Guskov. There's no way these are the odds. It was supposed to be Johnny Walker, but again, I think of yesterday or 2 days ago, this guy Billy Elekana came in, and I'll be honest, never heard of this guy before. So we'll do our research on him now in Topology. 7-1, 29 years old, 6'2". Not the biggest guy for light heavyweight, but neither is Guskov. Guskov's actually pretty small. There's one loss. He's 2-1 LFA. Daniel Compton. I mean, I don't really look too much into earlier fights. Hasn't beaten anyone crazy. Uh, I'm, I'm gonna go with Guskov. Not short notice. He's looked good so far. I mean, he knocked out Ryan Spam, which is pretty impressive to be honest. Probably gonna go Guskov by finish. Easy. I wish it was Johnny Walker, man. This card really took some L's. Well, I mean, yeah, because Dumas is. We really want to see Chidrikas Dumas, right? But to get to the pay per view, Kevin Holland, Rainier the Ritter. Rainier the Ritter. Fuck. This is a tough one. What are the odds right here? Evens. I literally been thinking about this for so long. We saw the Ritter striking, and that was the first time I ever saw him fight, and I was horrified. And not because of wow, he has crazy knockout power or wow, he is so fast. I was horrified that this guy is a professional fighter. I mean, his technique was crazy. He's, and it was against GM3. GM3 looked like he knew what he was doing out there in the striking aspect. Just kidding, GM3 is good, but I mean, Doritos striking was terrible. He was getting clipped by GM3, losing. What were I don't know exactly what the rounds were. I think it was maybe 1-1 or some shit, but until Doritter got him in a really nice submission. I think eventually GM3 gassed. Yeah, round three. Uh, when was Holland's last fight? Because he got a rib injury. October. I think. Let's see. How long does it take for a rib injury to heal? Rib fracture up to 12 weeks. October, November, December. Mm. Has it healed properly? And probably didn't have a training camp. Because when was this? Beginning of October. Mm. Yeah, but Holland striking is good. Like, has Derrida been knocked out before? Let's go on typology, actually. Rainy Derrida, 2 losses to, yeah, both finishes to this guy. What was the weight, though? 205. But this is Ryzen. I don't know, or not Ryzen 1, where they don't like cut weight the same. 265 heavyweight. Okay. And that guy looks juiced as well, but uh, honestly, I'm going to go the Ritter. I feel like Kevin Holland's mindset is not fully there. I'm gonna assume he didn't have a full training camp because his rib injury just came back. I don't think Holland really, yeah, like I said before, I don't think he said he doesn't care about being a champion. But Holland is a black belt and he is pretty good jiu-jitsu. And Derrida striking is so shit. I feel like Derrida is probably has a chin. I mean, he's fighting juiced up heavyweights in one. Double champion one. I'm going with Derrida. I just think will it be a decision? I could see it maybe just holding down Holland. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Derrida. Derrida by decision. But I love you, Kevin Holland. So hopefully you win. Dariush Moicano next fight. Now I know I feel like everyone's picking Moicano. And I get it, Dariush, old, got knocked out in his last two. But here is the thing. The only how I would see it is the only way Moicano would win is if he knocks out Dariush. Because I don't think he's gonna be out scrambling Dariush. Like Dariush was out scrambling Gamrot, out jiu-jitsuing Gamrot. I know Moicano was really good on the ground, but I don't think he's gonna be doing that to Dariush. And the odds are pretty close. I thought they'd be more in favor of Moicano, but I think the only way Moicano would win is by like a finish, by like KO, TKO. And we know Moicano's striking is good, but it's not like he doesn't have knockout power, but he has solid striking. Fuck. Am I gonna go with the Dariush upset? I'm not. I'm not. And here's why. For some reason I watched a lot of Dariush interviews, uh, and he kind of mentions he has mentioned if he loses he's retiring, and his excuses for his last fights were that he had to deal with like his kids and some shit. So and he was like a parent, so I guess he didn't have full focus. But I'm pretty sure he's getting another kid. I think he just got born, or maybe he's gonna be born soon. He opened a new gym. Kings they opened a new facility in Anaheim that he's running. So I'm sure his focus is not 100% into camp. He's had injury problems. I just don't think his mindset is there anymore, and I think Moicano's is. So that's why I'm going to choose Moicano. I think by TKO, to be honest. I could see him just finishing off Dariush. But I just don't see him out scrambling Dariush. That's why I'm like, And Moicano, let's go on typology. Doesn't have a lot of finishes. Well, he does, but I mean KOs. Two KOs. One of them was Doctor Stoppage to to Saint Denis. Oh, it was the last two fights. Yeah, TKO Jalen Turner. Dude, I could so see like Dariush is winning by decision. But like I said before, I'm not gonna go back on it. I'm gonna go with Moicano. Probably by KO or TKO. Let's go Moni Mike. Ooh, this is the fight. Prochazka, Jamal Hill. Pretty much evens right now. I wonder what the odds will go by closer to the fight. This is a really hard one. Oh man, Yuri got schooled against Alex. Was getting schooled against Rakic until he bounced back. Looked okay against Pera. Pretty short fight until he got KO'd again. Was losing on the scorecards to Glover, but came back. Then we look at Jamal Hill. I mean, pretty much unblemished, of course, except the crazy Paul Craig arm injury. Then knockout, knockout, knockout. 50-40 Ford, Glover. Lost to Ferreira on short notice after coming back from an Achilles surgery. And we didn't see, he didn't do too much in that fight. Man, this is really hard. I'm gonna go with Jamal. I just think I've seen a lot more blemishes, I guess you could say, a lot more openings for Prochazka to lose than for Hill. Of course, for Prochazka to win, he would have to finish Jamal Hill. Uh, this this is a hard one. I'm gonna go with Hill by finish. I mean, he wasn't able to KO Glover, but Glover has a good chin. Same with Santos. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hill. I think the Ferreira one was pretty unlucky for him because that was pretty short notice for him, and the biggest card of the past 5 6 years, UFC 300, main eventing it against dangerous guy Pereira, short notice. I think now he has a full training camp. He's healthy, and Prochazka has been KO'd and wobbled and hurt a couple too many times for my liking. Even though he is a warrior and a comeback king, I could see just if Yuri does the same goofy stuff and Rakic, who doesn't really have any power, he has good leg kicks, but I'm talking about with the hands. He doesn't have that power that Jamal Hill does. And I don't think you can be able to do that many risks with Jamal, or he will finish you. He will knock you out. So I'm going to go with Jamal Hill by finish. Co-main event. Title fight. 5 rounds, Merab, Umar. I honestly think this fight's pretty simple. Umar by decision. Both guys good wrestlers. The thing is, Umar's striking is a lot better. He's a lot faster. Will Merab be able to just hold Nurmagomedov down against the fence? I don't think so. I think this is pretty simple. Umar by decision. I think that's a lock. Honestly, decision is a lock. I don't know what the strike count would be. Will be. Let's see. 5 round fight. Umar's at 92. That's actually, I don't know, it's a little risky. Maybe I'll look into that later on. But yeah, I don't think there's much to say. Umar by decision. I don't think he's going to be held up against the fence by Merab. He's a lot faster on the feet. Outstruck Corey and had the takedown threat. Yeah, Umar. It's simple. I think it's a simple pick, to be honest. Now to the main event: Islam and Arman. Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan 2. I do know that the Guru. I don't know if he officially chose Tsarukyan, but he's been saying he's been having dreams about Tsarukyan. Little sus, but and now and I did see that he said that people are now starting to think about Tsarukyan. And I have to admit, even before I saw that, I was thinking, I can honestly see Tsarukyan winning. And as we all know in the first fight, pretty close fight, and this 22-year-old Tsarukyan, short notice, went pretty close with Islam. The the problem I'm seeing is Tsarukyan is going toe to toe split decision with Oliveira, and then Islam dominates Oliveira. Tsarukyan's getting wobbled by Joaquim Silva. I don't like that. Losing to Gamrot, even though earlier on in his career 2 years ago, and it was arguably the wrong decision, but still to make it that close with Gamrot. I honestly think it's going to be kind of a replica of the first fight. Oh, it's going to be pretty close fight. Oh, maybe like, oh, Arman got that round. Because Islam had a close fight with Dustin, but Dustin's not the same fighter as Arman. I think it's going to be a similar as the first fight, maybe like a 48-47 or a competitive 49-46 decision to Islam. I think Arman is really good, but I think Islam is just better everywhere. A little bit better everywhere. And Arman's had, I mean, the Oliveira fight really close. It was 3 rounds also. This is a 5 round. I think Arman will be ready, but I think Islam will be a little bit too much. And yeah, that's all the picks. Let's hope I do good. Maybe I'll do another video looking at some more betting tips because I like to use Fliff and they don't have the odds this because it's Tuesday right now, so they don't have the odds this far away from the fight. So later on, maybe I'll do some betting tips and hope to get some money.